It's showtime.
Hey, welcome to Did You Watch Survivor Last Night? This is the only fun Survivor podcast. My name is Jake Scheidel. Each week I ask my best friend, Thomas Powell, who did indeed watch a certain reality show. Usually we're in two different places, but today we're in the same place, and it's my parents' home bar.
Yeah, we're at Manny's East, broadcasting live. Everyone, of course, knows Manny. What is it? It's
Manny
Tutupu, the god of mixed drinks.
Yep.
Yes.
Should we get my dad in here to explain?
No, I think that people get the idea of what Manny Tutupu. It's pretty self-explanatory.
He's the god of mixed drinks.
His name is Manny Tutupu. He's the god of mixed drinks.
So that's exciting. I'm in town for fun, family, and faith.
The three Fs.
The three Fs they teach you about in church. And fiancés. My fiancé is also here. The fourth F. That's what I like to call you in pleasant company.
I liked in church when your church coach would be like, just make sure you guys have fun out there. When we would go in and then you go sit down.
I also
just kidding, we were raised Catholic. No one is ever concerned about you having fun in church.
I thought it was ironic that they taught us all that we should be striving to fulfill all of these Fs in church. But then in school they were like, never get an F.
Yeah, which is it?
Yeah.
Mixed signals, very confusing.
Yeah. All of the adults in my life should agree on everything.
The god of mixed signals.
You know the god of mixed drinks is not a survivor god. You know who is? The survivor gods. Thomas, did you watch... Excuse me, I'm revising my question for you with this season. Instead of asking if you watch Survivor, I will simply say, Thomas, welcome to Survivor Race Wars.
This is where the party ends. I can't stand here listening to you and your racist friends.
Thank you.
This week's episode was called Ruling the Roast. It's fine. It's fine.
Ruling the roast?
Ruling the Roost.
I thought they were making a pun based off of, I was like, what was it from the fire in the challenge? Was that...
Ruling the Roost. I don't know why they called it that. What does that mean?
Were there birds?
I think a roost. There were birds, but we're not to wildlife trust just yet.
Yeah. That's what it was a reference to. Was the bird's nest.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, glad we figured that out. We take notes. This episode first aired on October 5th, 2006. Thomas, how old would you have been October 5th, 2006?
I would have been 15 years old, Jake.
I, too, would have been 15 years old, of course.
Probably hanging out at the very location that we're at right now.
It is very likely that 17 years ago, we were in this very room doing basically the same thing.
Playing Dreamcast or something.
Yeah, good stuff. This week, our high school football team was 3-1 going into this week, and we played the Jennison.
Are the Wildcats?
They are the Wildcats. Yeah. How do you think we did?
I think we probably won.
Handily, or was it a close game?
I'm going to say close game. I think Jennison was pretty good.
We won 35-7.
Take that, Jennison.
Not so wild, huh?
Do you know the Undertaker was recently spotted in Jennison because one of his ex-wife and his daughter lived there.
Oh, that's fun.
But people just saw the Undertaker walking around.
We're basically neighbors with the Undertaker.
Tall.
Yeah, that's really cool. The Undertaker's a cool guy. But
you know what? The Undertaker wasn't enough for Jennison to beat Rockford.
That's right. He was playing for the Jennison Wildcats that week.
I'm trying to remember what their helmets looked like. I think that they had helmets that were kind of similar to Clemson's, where it's like a paw print.
That seems right. It sounds.
I indicated that by tapping the side of my head like it was a helmet. Universal symbol for paw prints.
Well, as of now, their logo is like a wildcat, face.
Well, we need to see the football helmet is what we need.
Football helmet, not logo. Excuse me. I thought it would be the same thing, but here we are.
Look at that.
And you were right.
It
looks like they have two. They have the logo with the cat that I mentioned already.
The one with the cat sucks. The paw print is way better.
The paw print's way better. FHC versus...
So that's Forest Hill Central.
And it says... Oh, sure. And it says on their old paw print hats, helmets, Pride. Because it is Pride Month, did you know? And that's what that means.
I gotta tell you, I don't think people in Jennison think of it the same way there.
Is that not what that's about? Okay, so we start off at the I2 tribe. Everybody talks about how much tribal council sucked. Do you remember last week when we were like, Who the fuck is Jonathan that they're talking about in Tribal Council? Who's Jonathan? His name is Jonathan Penner. We just forgot Penner's first name.
Oh, JP, yeah.
No, JP's a different guy. His name is also Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan Penner is Snakeskin Hat Guy.
Jonathan Penner is Snakeskin Hat Guy from Seinfeld.
Yep.
And JP is also named John something. But, oh no, JP's name I think is John Paul.
Okay.
Like the Pope.
Like the Pope, or there's just a trivia thing I was watching where someone referred to it as like the Pope or the first two names of the bassist from Led Zeppelin. Because there was a guy named, I'm getting deep into it. There was a pitcher for the Minnesota Twins named Boof Bonser who had his first name
Great name.
legally changed to Boof from John Paul Bonser. That's what it was.
Okay.
Very, very interesting.
I thought you were going to go for like a Beatles reference or something, but no.
No, Minnesota Twins pitcher Boof Bonser. I'm remembering guys. That's what I'm doing.
The tale of oldest time. Ozzy doesn't feel like playing along anymore. I guess. I don't know.
Didn't the vote go the way that he wanted it to last time? Why is he complaining?
He's 24 years old, and that's what boys do.
He's a little moody. He's got to go ease his mind by catching a million fish.
Meanwhile, Candace returns from exile, and everyone asks her why she thinks she was chosen, and she plays dumb. I mean, yeah, I guess what else are you going to do if you're put in this situation? Like, oh, I wasn't even thinking about it. Like, yeah, of course you weren't. Come on. Don't be stupid. Like, what else are you going to say in that place? This was before the days of hiding idols in your hair and giving advantages that make you lose your vote. Man, remember Survivor modern day?
Yeah, playing Survivor hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah, this was pre the fire making show when it really became what it is today.
Yeah, it was. We got a taste of that this episode, and I was like, man, can they just be like? Why aren't they talking about making fire? Why aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing anything but making fire? Come on.
I feel like these people on the Cook Islands don't realize that fire represents their life, and when the fire's gone, so are they. That should be... Okay, Jeff, here's another idea for you. The number one person who gets the most votes has to then make fire. And they go up against the second most vote getters at a tribal council. So it's a fire-making challenge every single tribal council. If that's not a good idea. So then it's like, who's got the votes? Who's got the advantage? We'll never know, because it's always fire making.
I ask you this every single episode, but what's the name of the segment on Jeff's podcast where he complains because people complain about the show?
He doesn't complain. He defends people. He defends himself against people's complaints by saying, just don't watch the show. It's called This Is Why You Suck.
That's what it was. I kept wanting to say it was You're Stupid or something like that.
That should be it. That's what the segment is on this show. Right? Listeners can write in and tell us why this podcast sucks, and then we'll do it. We'll talk about it in a segment called Actually, You're the One Who
Don't
Sucks.
leave it as a review because you're not allowed.
Yeah, YouTube comments I think is the only way, or you can tweet at the show.
Don't say mean. I don't want to encourage people to say mean things on YouTube.
The algorithm promotes negativity, though. You have to remember that.
Okay.
I don't know. I know that's the thing on Facebook. I don't know if it is on YouTube.
I just want like classic HR fashion. It's like I want this in a private setting.
Mm-hmm.
Controlled.
Yes, absolutely.
Criticism.
Yes, that's what we need to hear. If you want to give us money on Patreon, feel free to. And there's a tier for if you think we're doing a bad job.
Yeah, there's a set price tag on giving us a 1-star review.
So think about that. Maybe you can do that in the future and tell us how to be better, and we'll put you in a segment, and it'll be called Actually, You're the One Who Sucks. Why are you even listening to this shit, idiot?
We're gonna roast the roasters, you know.
Who roasts the roosters? I'm so sorry.
All right, moving on.
So on the railroad tribe, the boys are drinking from coconuts while the girls work, just like America. At the reward challenge,
Says a lot about society.
they're attached to a rope and then they go through obstacles in Dakota wheel. But this is modern day challenge.
Yeah.
Early days of the modern day challenges.
Obstacle course group thing. I like that they were all hooked up to that rope. I thought that was
Yeah,
neat.
that's kind of different. That's fun. The winners get blankets and pillows and hammock. Pretty good challenge. While watching this, I was like, I have a question for the Survivor Reddit. I said,
Please, can I come back?
please, do you guys like me again? We have a YouTube channel. Can we please come back?
Please.
I said, what's the best reward, like, across the season? Like, what I meant was across seasons, like, when a tribe wins a certain reward, how well do they do in the future? What's the best option? Because I was thinking, oh, pillows and blankets and, like, comfort items must be really good because you feel more well-rested going into the next challenge. And everybody's like, oh, this specific reward from this specific season. I was like, that's not what I was asking. It's a bad website. This is why you suck, Survivor Reddit.
Yeah. Well, lucky for you, they're ruining Reddit, so nothing will be left.
Yeah. Twitter being ruined is old. Now it's Reddit that's being ruined.
Yep.
Because Reddit, as we all agreed, he used to be really good, right?
The thing with Reddit, not to be too sincere about Reddit, because it's not a place I go very often, but, like, if you need to know something about, like, a specific thing, like how to fix something, or you want, like, tech reviews that aren't a scam, like, it's really the only place left to go for that stuff.
Not for much longer, though.
Yep.
What's going to be the next website that we'll congregate on? Discord? I guess it's not really a website, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Discord seems to be my go-to. Anyway, uninteresting conversation. I2 wins this reward. Great stuff. The Penner goes fishing, and they caught 11 fish. Ozzy caught 9 of them. 9 of the 11 fish. I hope you didn't forget
If
that.
this was May.
We should have started watching the season a month early.
Yeah.
So then Raro Beach has JP being obnoxious, and he is upset about where somebody's putting the pot in the fire.
Yeah, JP, this is why you suck.
Yeah,
Come on,
JP.
man.
JP's all about putting the pot in the fire, whereas we're all about putting the fire in the pot. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Right? Burning that herb, right, guys? Yeah.
So, was this when he was, like, leaned up, like, posted up?
On the log,
And
yeah.
it was like, go give me this thing.
Yeah. Please, on the day of my daughter's wedding,
Yeah,
bring me this thing.
Parvati, give me this.
Yeah. Still never watched The Godfather. Parvati flirts with Nate while he tries to crack a nut that turns out to be a crab. Forgot this happened.
Who among us could happen to anybody?
This is 2 episodes in a row where Nate fucks up with some animals. Stop messing with the animals, Nate. You're not Steve Irwin.
It's so funny to be like, this is it. Because he thought it was like a coconut or...
He thought it was like a nut or something that he was trying to break open.
And
that
then
he
it just, like,
tried to eat.
scuttles away from him.
Yeah, I think it, like, snapped at him or something. It's great. Nate says that he and Parvati have a good relationship and that he can trust her.
No. No, you can't. She's like it's so funny how obvious she is flirting too, and everybody's just like, I think Parvati and I are like really connected.
Yeah, 100%. Over on the I2 tribe, they find a bird, and Cao Boi decides to knock the nest out of the tree, and a little newborn lands on a bush near Penner. This was pretty fucking sad. This was a pretty sad scene.
It was a bummer.
I
I thought that bird was cute. The bird that was hanging out and was just like going after what's his name? It's Cow something. But is it
Cao Boi?
Cao Boi, yeah.
It's Cow something.
I almost said Cow Man.
Please, Cowman is my
Yeah.
father.
Yeah, it's similar to the Carson Cardad
Exactly.
situation. My brain was just not. My brain gave me half of it, and I was like, I probably shouldn't say any of it. And then I was like, well, I know the first half.
Cowman walked so Cardad could run.
It's true, yeah. We're all paving the way for future generations. But yeah, I like the bird was like the very pissed off bird that was just hanging out but not attacking anyone up there.
Well, Thomas, speaking of that bird, it is time for...
Sir, remembered the bird was there, I knew that was what the wildlife shot was going to be.
Yeah, anytime there's like a major scene with an animal, I'm like, we've got to... Jeannie! Come here, baby. Jeannie, come here. Come here.
We got our own little wildlife hanging out over here.
Come here, baby. Yeah, did you see the wildlife? She doesn't care at all.
Really boring guest. My God.
She really is.
Yeah, just nothing to contribute.
This is worse than we had Fran guessed. So we had rats, we had crabs, we had whales, we had fish, and the bird we got with Cowman. Do you know what it was called?
I don't know. Is it a kookaburra?
It's not a kookaburra. It's called a red-footed booby.
Oh, it's a booby.
It's a booby.
Okay.
Literally, for every season that's been in Fiji since we started this podcast, I'll scroll through the birds of Fiji looking for the bird that was on the show. And there's always a subsection of boobies. And I'm just like, I want boobies on the show. And I'm not talking about Survivor the Amazon.
Put
so
him, as Sir Mix-a-Lot said, put him on the glass.
Exactly.
Talk about birds.
These are seabirds from the tropics. They're a little over 2 feet high with a wingspan of, guess how long?
2 feet high, I'm going to say 5 feet.
You got it. Right on. They weigh just under 2 pounds. They have red feet, blue beaks, and their plumage varies from white to brown. They are powerful and agile flyers. Their takeoffs and landings, however, are quite awkward. They have no real threats, but once in 2016, one was killed by a coconut crab, and 5 more coconut crabs showed up to collect the meat.
Yeah, that sounds like coconut crabs are terrifying.
Yeah. Coconut crabs took down Amelia Earhart.
That's the theory, right?
That's the theory. They hunt, not coconut crabs, the boobies. They hunt by diving into the ocean at very high speeds, catching fish and squid. How do you think they rank on the IUCN Red List?
I'm going to say least concern.
It's another least concern. Very good news.
Yeah, they don't have threats other than the occasional coconut crabs.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Yeah. There was also...
And Jonathan Penner, of course.
Of course.
And Cowman.
Cowman, yeah. There was another story I didn't transcribe into the notes, but on the Wikipedia article that was like one washed up ashore in England because it was so malnourished or something, and it was so far off course. And then they, like, the British people named the bird, but it was just a totally normal name. And then they nursed it back to health and let it go, but the name was like Norman or something like that. It's like, all right, guys, this animal's usually called a booby.
Yeah, it's like, this is our bird, Nicholas.
It's so funny. So at this immunity challenge, they have to build a shelter, climb a rope ladder to release a locked up person, then bring the person back to the stretcher, and then build a fire. We love obstacle courses. Aki wins this one. Any thoughts on this challenge?
I like the fire. We could use a little more of that, I think.
We could use a little more fire every day. Fire represents her life. Stephanie calls herself the weakest link back at the Rero tribe. Bad news for Stephanie. Bad move from Stephanie.
Speaking of the weakest link, did you know that they brought that show back? And it's not even a mean British lady anymore. It's Jane Lynch that hosts it.
Oh, I did hear about
It's
that.
a mean American lady.
She's not even mean, though.
Yeah, she's like pretend mean. She's
But the
mean.
original was real mean.
She was like very real mean.
They should have gotten James Corden to do it. Because
like
he could do like a full heel turn on the first episode and be like, "You're right, I am the bad guy in Hollywood," and then be really mean and British to everybody.
Yeah, you could do that. You could have Gordon Ramsay host it.
That would be good too. He's busy with his food shows, though, I think. Ooh, and then he could make everybody call themselves an idiot sandwich.
Yeah, love that.
Did you know there was a Survivor special? What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, I was being distracted by Gene.
Yeah. Jane Lynch will host the revival. Picture clues. It's been renewed for a 3rd season. Good for them. Good for Jane Lynch. Finally seen some success. So Nate wants Stephanie to stay, but eventually realizes that if she doesn't want to be there, he won't bother protecting her. fine. I don't know. I feel bad for Nate most of the time. He's constantly getting eaten up by animals. He's being taken advantage of by the Black Widow, Parvati Shallow.
Yeah.
His closest ally doesn't want to be in the game anymore. Rebecca wants to create a women's alliance. Stephanie regrets saying that she's the weakest link. Goodbye. I can't say the phrase weakest link without saying goodbye. Immediately after. And did they fall on through the stage? If they got one wrong? Did that happen in that show? Yeah?
That did? I don't remember that part of it.
I think so. We'll have to look it up later.
We've got our our crew is confirming that this did in fact happen.
It's so nice to have a producer in the room. Christina and Stephanie agree to the Women's Alliance, and they target Jonathan P. Jonathan P. I would put Jennison P.
They should have called them JP and JP2.
Yeah, they should have called him JP and JP2, but that would get confusing because JP is also Jeff Probst. So they should have been JP2 and JP3.
Yeah, Jeff Probst is JP, they're JP2 and JP3.
Yes. Parvati hasn't been convinced to join the Women's Alliance yet. Ironic, given her future. So they try to swing Brad over to their side instead. I kind of forgot about Brad until this scene.
Yeah, I haven't thought about him in a while. I was like, oh yeah, that guy. He was the guy that had the headache.
Yeah, that's right. That's probably why we haven't seen him. He's recovering from the bad wind.
He didn't want anyone to see him because he had the red mark.
Yeah, he was embarrassed. So, don't look at me. So at Tribal Council, Jeff asks about the leader of the tribe. He used to ask this question all the time. He loves who's the leader of the tribe. I feel like he doesn't ask that anymore.
Yeah, the show is just...
Well, it's a new show now.
They don't make it like they used to.
It's the fire-making show now.
Yeah.
He also says it's Tribal Council, it's a game for $1 million. I'm trying to figure out what's going on when Jenny complains about him putting her on target. Really good Jeff moment. He was like, hey, look, this is what it is. Answer my question.
Jeff's trying to cause drama in these ones, and that's what I want.
That's the point of... Yes. Brad tries to always go with his gut. Good answer. JP2, right? I think JP2 should be
Jonathan. Really? I thought Jonathan Penner was JP2.
No, because JP is his chosen name, so I feel like he should rank higher.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I was thinking in the old binary of JP and JP2, not
no.
Jeff Probst, JP2 and JP3.
Yes, Jeff Probst
Jonathan Penner is JP3.
JP3. Isn't there a basketball... CP3, right? Isn't there a basketball player? Chris Paul?
Jonathan Paul.
Yeah. That's what we should call it from now on instead of JP. Jonathan Paul. Apparently he went on to be a model for some time. I don't think he models anymore. Now
That's not surprising.
He looks just like a fit dad type now on his Instagram.
He's like I could see him in like a Calvin Klein, like underwear type thing.
Yeah. JP says this will be the hardest vote, of course, because it is the one in which he gets voted out. Damn. Well, I guess there's only JP and JP2 now, because JP gets voted out 5-2.
5 to JP2.
Yeah. But it's actually JP5 to Stephanie 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Stephanie 2, because there's 2 N's in Stephanie. 1 vote for every N in her name. That's what JP once said when he read all of her votes.
Uh-huh.
Do you have your phone on you?
Why? Oh, yeah, we're doing quotes quiz.
So nasty that it's probably somewhat of a travesty having me. Then he told the people you can call me your majesty.
We're doing quotes quiz.
I thought you were going to further break down whatever it was you were doing there.
No, impossible.
No, you don't understand.
I've already forgotten what it was. So this one is going to be an extremely hard animal quiz. And if we get this right, we'll ace animal trivia. You being a big trivia fan, me being a big
Animal fan?
Fanimal even. This will be a good quiz. If you know extremely random animal facts, you'll absolutely ace this quiz. You have to be up for the challenge.
I'm so random about animals. Oh, you can tell this is super random because got Pedro Pascal on it.
This is by Edessa.
I'm glad that people are kind of leaving him alone again now. I was worried that people were gonna like turn on him and eat him.
Edessa 1 is a community contributor. He has 1,220 points, and I'm assuming he's a he because we were just talking about Pedro Pascal, a man.
Yeah.
What's the only land animal that can't jump? Rhinoceros, moose, hippopotamus, elephant. I think it's an elephant, right? I feel like I've seen all of the others
Yeah,
jump.
I think a moose can. I'm gonna say elephant.
Correct.
Poor elephants.
I know, they don't
You know
know
what?
the joy.
That's going to change now because I don't know if you saw Mario is can be an elephant now.
And he can jump when
Yes.
he's an elephant? You know that for a fact?
I guess I didn't see him jump. They only showed like half a second of gameplay once he got the elephant power up. But I'm going to assume that he can jump.
How many pairs of wings do honeybees have? And it says, your answer, guess.
0 would be pretty funny.
Oh, we need to type it in. I'm going to say 2 pair of wings.
Oh, you have to...
Yeah, did you type it in? What'd you get?
Correct, 2.
Yep, me too. How many bones does a shark have?
Sorry, I had to sneeze there.
296, 124, 0 or 140?
0 bones, no bones.
No bones about it. Well, I looked at your phone.
It's
So
all cartilage.
I know that was the correct answer. No bones. What is this? A
They're
bug on
basic-
TikTok?
They're based... Speaking of, I'm sneezing out of my nose, which also doesn't have, is also mostly cartilage. So a shark, basically a big nose, if you think about it.
The sharks are kind of the
Or an
nose of the
ear.
ocean.
Or an ear.
How many legs does
Well,
a
that's
lobster
why
have?
that's why they tell you to punch a shark in the nose, because they're like, ow, my whole body.
Yeah.
When you do that.
Yeah. It's like punching a human in the kidneys. How many legs does a lobster have? Again, we have to type our answer. Why is it doing this? I'm going to say 10.
I don't think it's that many.
I feel like 8 is the... I feel like people assume it's 8.
Do the claws count as
That's
legs?
what
I
I'm
don't
trying
think
to
they
remember.
do.
I'm going with 10, and guess what? I'm correct.
It is 10, okay.
Lobster has 10 legs. Speaking of lobsters, do they have teeth? Nah. Your answer. We have to type it in again?
Oh, they do.
Oh, I clicked no. I typed in no, and it said guess, and then I got it wrong. It shook, and then I said, you give me an option. I give up. I will never give up on a quiz. Yes, lobsters actually have teeth, but they're in their stomach. Okay. That just sounds like they're eating somebody else's teeth. What animal sleeps the longest? Black bear, snail, platypus, armadillo. It's actually me. I loved it. Don't talk to me till I've had my 18-hour nap.
Sleepy boy. That was me last night. I was going whichever one of these sleeps the longest mode.
I'm gonna
say armadillo because I think that would be fun.
I want to say black bear.
Oh, it's a snail.
It's a snail.
I was going snail mode last night.
Snails can sleep up to 3 years.
It's a long
me
time.
too. Not even impressive. What body part helps determine the lion's age? The rings inside its stomach, obviously.
You gotta cut it open.
Its teeth, its nose, its fur, its nails. Probably its nose. What are you saying?
I'm gonna say it's nails, and it is its nose.
It's its nose. I got it right. If you're looking at a lion's nose, you can determine its age.
Pretty cool.
Let me tell you, when we are recording in our separate homes, and we do something like that where we say the same thing at the same time, it's really helpful. So it's like a nice edit point. So I always get excited when it happens. So I was about to write down, we synced up at 32 minutes or whatever. I was like, oh wait, we're in the same place.
We're naturally synced.
Naturally synced. Naturally synced. That's what NSYNC stands for.
We're just in sync right now.
What's the only mammal that can fly? Your mom. Good joke. Bat.
Yeah. Easy.
Man. Batman. You've heard of Cowman. Get ready for Batman.
Bad boy.
Believe it or not, bats are the only mammals that can fly. Yeah, I can believe it.
I do
That's the
believe it,
question
'cause I
just
knew it.
asked.
I've seen it happen.
What is a female donkey called? Pen, Jenny, Mary, Doe.
Jenny.
I'm going to say Jenny because you sounded confident. You're right.
Somebody hasn't seen the Banshees of Inisherin. It sounds like the Banshees of
I
Ed Sheeran.
can't. I can't actually understand anything they were saying, but I did watch it. Very pretty.
They were speaking very Irishly the whole time.
What is the only big cat that can't roar? Black panther, tiger, jaguar.
Oh, I know
cheetah.
this.
I don't think I do.
Let's see if you know it.
I think it's a cheetah.
That's correct. Yeah, they
Cheetahs
make like
can't
little
roar,
mew. They
but
make like
can
little
chirp.
mew noises. They're just.
And this picture of Cheetah's so cute. It's got a collar on. That's so great.
They are cute.
What bird has the biggest wingspan in the world? Great egret, great heron, wandering albatross, whooping crane. I think it's the albatross. Isn't that what they're famous for? Did you?
I have not answered. I'm going to say the great egret. It is the albatross.
That's the albatross.
I just didn't want you to be right.
11 feet.
11 feet?
Why would you need to be that big? What is the largest member of the squirrel family? Fat squirrel.
I don't think that's going to get it for you. Let's say
I give up.
black squirrel.
I'm going to say regular squirrel. I give up. Oh. What are you saying?
What I'm going to say muskrat just to say it, but what is it? Oh,
It's
it's
a
a groundhog.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't know that was a squirrel. What animal has the highest blood pressure?
Me.
Polar bear, giraffe, humpback whale, Thomas Powell.
I'm going to say that a humpback whale has high blood pressure.
I'm going to say a
wrong. Oh,
polar bear.
that makes sense. It's got to go up to their brain.
Giraffe.
It's got to
Yes,
go
of
up to
course.
their damn brain.
I was thinking they wouldn't because they're so thin, but I guess they're not.
That blood's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
It's got a long way to travel.
True or false, sharks have less teeth than slugs.
True. They wouldn't be asking unless it was true.
I'm going to say false. They're trying to trick us. I'm going to say true because false was wrong. Why wouldn't they give us the option true or false? Why do we have to type it in ourselves? This quiz is bad. I understand why Adesso 1 only has 1,200 points. It's not a good quiz. What's next?
Who does most of the hunting in a lion's family? I know. I had to think about how I wanted to phrase it, though, and I did it the correct way. Because initially I was just going to be like, women. The ladies.
The lioness?
Yeah, lioness is the correct answer.
The lioness in the pride do 90% of the hunting. Just like...
Not like in real life, though.
Just like in that one tribe, when they were like, the boys are drinking coconut water and the girls are doing all the work.
That's me. I
That's
love
me.
just drinking a special little treat for me.
And how do frogs protect themselves from freezing temperatures? They eat other animals, they migrate, they freeze solid, they turn up the heat on themselves until they don't realize it's boiling. That's so specific.
I know this.
They freeze solid, I think, right?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, I got 13 out of 16 correct.
I got 11. I scored better than 81% of all other quiz takers.
I scored better than 95% of all other
Pretty
quiz
good.
takers.
Honestly, this was really difficult, so you should be proud of this. The bat or snail question stumped you, yeah? Correct.
You got 13.
The bat question didn't stump me. What are you talking about?
This one was tough, so be incredibly proud of yourself. I'm guessing you even got the snail question correct, right? No, I didn't. It's the one I got wrong. Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Who cares?
What did Pedro Pascal have to do with this?
How many bones does a shark have? I don't know. Maybe it's a related quiz or something?
Yeah.
I do like looking through the related quizzes.
I think that's an SNL sketch he was doing, and I didn't watch that. So.
Oh, he did wildlife shots on SNL?
Yeah, he did.
That's nice. I'm glad they're finally doing that on that show. It's a good segment. Thomas, what's your Twitter?
You can follow me at Tom.Tom.
You on that Blue Sky yet?
I'm not yet. I haven't gotten an invite. Can you get me an invite?
No, can you get me an invite?
No, I don't have it.
What's the dude's name? Jack. Jack, give us our invites.
At Jack. Come on, buddy.
At Jack, give us our invites. You can follow the show on Twitter, not Blue Sky yet, at DYWSLN, or on YouTube at The Only Fun Survivor Podcast. We have a few shows on Patreon, of course. We shouted one out earlier. What was that one? One Star Wonder. If you want to give us a 1-star review, you can do that. It's only $50 a month. And that's easy. Thomas is looking through Twitter now, so
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
We also mentioned Justin Sink, easy $20,000 a month. You've got the money. Okay. Well,
Are we doing review? We talking reviews?
we're talking reviews. Tell us the review to leave, Thomas.
This is my favorite podcast. I like it better than all the other podcasts. I give it a big thumbs up. Spotify does not allow me to leave reviews, but if I could, I would say I look forward to seeing this in my Spotify Wrapped.
Watching you do that in person is fascinating. You're not even reading it off anything. You
I
just
don't
have
even
that
have to
memory.
think about it. It just goes. That's why when I messed it up that one time, I didn't know how to course correct because it usually just goes out fully formed. I
It really
got to
does.
think about it.
And if they were to write a YouTube comment, what would they write?
Ha ha ha, very funny smiley face.
And if they went on the show Survivor after listening to our podcast and won, what should they write on YouTube?
Oh, thanks, boys. Another winner from the DYWSLN bump. Smiley face.
Wonderful. All right. Well, we're recording this one on a special Survivor Saturday, which is very rare for us because we're busy boys. So Sunday's often our only free day. Why I needed to give that detail, don't know. But
Which is also funny because I like the routine of doing it on Sunday. I am always busier on Sunday than I am.
I know,
on Saturday.
right?
Always.
Me too, but we started doing it this way 8 years ago.
Yep. So we got to keep doing
We
it.
got to keep doing it. Works out. And Survivor Sunday is just so perfect, you know?
Yeah.
What else are we going to how else can we compete with that alliteration? Survivor Saturday?
Yeah. There's no other day that we could do that with.
Well, you know what else is Survivor related? And alliterative. You know what else alliterates with Survivor? Summer, Thomas. So I want to say, have a great summer.
Deuces.
Sitting in the sun, counting my money, fanned by my summer breeze. Sweeter than the honey is counting my money, those greenbacks on the trees. Comes a summer shower, drops of rain falling, sweeter than the Christmas chime.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's recording.
Get somebody to buy it for you.
There we go. Ooh, I should put the mixing board on the registry too. Thanks for buying us presents, relatives.
Our wedding registry, you and I's, is not for you guys.
Why?
I feel like
Does
it's
that make
obvious.
sense?
It's obvious that it's our party. We are gifts.
Okay. But like as the number one fan of this show, we probably wanted to.
That's
do it.
not. I don't actually need you to put it on there. It's fine. What are you writing?
Edit points. Sync, so I can. Well, I don't need to sync it up because we're doing the same place.
We're
But
playing. What's the game where? Is it Homes? Is what that's called? What is that?
that's how you remember the lakes.
That Homes is how you remember it. What is the one I'm thinking of?
I
It's
don't
like
know.
you live in a shack.
Yes.
Oh, Hack. No,
What?
Let's have a great summer.
deuces. Hacks. No, it's mansion. Mash.
Mash.
Mansion, apartment, shack, house. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Mash. Classic game.
Yeah, why don't we play it anymore? I feel like adults don't play MASH, probably because it would just be sad.
Yeah.
No one gets
Yeah, I'm living in my projected future right now. I'm currently experiencing it.
Yeah, it would be fun to play, but like with celebrities.
Shadows fall, I look to heaven and I see there's a great big silver dollar in the sky shining down on me.
Welcome to Race Wars.